being out in the outside environment, it worked out. And so this particular one, we are now here, still out and going live. So by going live, we are trying to be as in responsive to some of the questions that colleagues send in when they get to the videos and in comment section asking questions here and there. So when we go live, there's an opportunity to respond instantly. Once again, I will wish to say thank you so much for your overwhelming support, love, name it. You've liked us, you've loved the concept, and you guys have subscribed. I wish I could share my screen with you, but not for this particular recording or streaming. We've received an overwhelming subscription in barely 3 weeks. We are tending towards 100, and so watch time is also getting into 20 hours of watch time. Yes, so we thank you for that. Our topic of discussion today stems right away from feedback that we got from colleagues when we ran a post and inquired what you needed to share or to be shared with for this particular weekend. And the poll had several questions. Let me see if I can look at it and share with us. So in the several questions that we asked, colleagues responded, and in the responses, the first one was, we asked whether we could share about pre-blooded chicks. That in particular received 14% of the responses. And then we asked about whether we could share about maize garden preparation. That took 14%. And expounding more on toilet to poultry coop, that garnered 0%. And 71% of the respondents said they needed to look at the top 10 ventures for the employed poor. Top 10 ventures. That's what people decided. And we work for the people. So in this particular one, we want to look at the top 10 ventures for the employed poor. That is our term as JKonomics, employed poor. So we say, if you're there looking out for a simple business idea that you can start today, I mean today in Uganda, with little capital, with little resources required, in this video, we want to share those 10 practical side hustles that work in 2025. There could have been so many in the past years. Today we are looking at in 2025. What do you need to have as your side hustle? So we shall look at things ranging from mobile money, soap making, street food, urban gardening, I mean, mivumba. The product is here. It's a muvumba coat, and I'm enjoying it. So we shall look at those businesses that are in that line. We shall also look at social media marketing for your information. So we just need to have much of your audience trust us, and we look at those businesses that range from as simple as 30K to as far as 300,000, a million. What we aim at is garnering resources and amazing wealth. So some of these may be perfect for the youth, low-income earners like me, like you, and so many others. Who doesn't want to make an extra, income? So regardless of how much you earn, at JKonomics we say you are poor at some level, because I doubt if there's any one of us who is where they want to be. We are all in the struggle to make it to where we want to be. So if you are in that angle, if you're in that sphere, tune in and we venture into this. We discuss this. We look at those top 10 side hustles. Now, at JKonomics, we want to change that aspect of calling them side hustles. We want to call them our main hustles. Why? Is because in the world of economics and entrepreneurship, there are two concepts. There are two angles of entrepreneurship. There are those we call the push entrepreneurs and the pull entrepreneurs. So usually, the pull entrepreneurs are said to be less successful when you Google and look around literature. Whereas the push entrepreneurs, they tend to hit the door. Basamba akaji. They hit the door. So we want to change that mindset from making it or from succeeding as push entrepreneurs to succeeding as pull entrepreneurs. For starters, who is a push? Who is a pull? Well, a push entrepreneur is one who moves into entrepreneurship following disaster. Usually it's by fate. Your main source of income ceases to exist. You are pulled out of employment, you are pushed out of employment, but you have to make ends meet. So when you start up a business as a result of having lost your main source of income, we tend to call that push entrepreneurship. On the other hand, when you start business entrepreneurship while still employed, but you feel you have an urge for an extra source of income, we usually call that pull entrepreneurship. So usually that does not seem to succeed, doesn't make it as we would wish. And of course the reasons are obvious. Some of us, you start and you feel like it's not your main. With or without it, you can still make a living. And we tend to ignore it, we tend to sideline it because we still have a source of income. However, on the contrary, the push entrepreneur is one who is going to get into this thing when they must see it work. Without it, there is no livelihood. And definitely that speaks to why push entrepreneurship is said to be more successful than pull. At JKonomics, we wish to change the story. We want to see ourselves succeed at entrepreneurship when we are still employed somewhere, when we still have other sources of income, when we still have some salary, which salary can beef up your hustle. It can offset bills, it can support with some payment in case you are using some people to sit in your side hustle full time. So that is the spirit in which we come. That is the energy we want to use. We want to see ourselves use the same efforts push entrepreneurs use applied to pull entrepreneurship. We start side hustle, we start side business before it is the only option, because it's a mindset thing. The energies you put in 8 to 5 can be similar energies you put in 5 to 10 p.m. and you have equal results, if not even better results, because when it is yours, you put in without questioning. You take the risk, full swing. You the alpha and omega of this. So on a countdown, what are these side hustles that we want to make main hustles? I would wish to ask my colleagues who are currently online and viewing, should we come from 10 to 0 or to 1, or we start from 1 to 10? Anyone wishing to respond? How should we handle this? Should we come descending or we go ascending? We start with the most seemingly lucrative a side hustle to those that we think are not yet as lucrative as the others. All we start from the least thought of to the most loved or to the most thought of. I'm monitoring the chat. You can push in your suggestion. You can tell us, should we start from the top downwards or we start from downwards to the top? Not to mean that that's the order into which you can think about them, but from a simple survey I made around my locality, I found the appreciation in that order. How people think they can make extra income is in the order into which I'm going to share this. Any suggestions, colleagues? You can feel free to share your minds. Speak out to me. Make me feel like you're following. I don't want to speak to myself. Much as I know, at the end of the day, other subscribers, other viewers shall check in to watch. You can also give me that morale and tell me how I can go about it. Similarly, you can also tell me where you're viewing from. You can also share whether you are a subscriber or you're a one-off visitor. We welcome you. And if you feel like this platform can help you get transformed, why not subscribe? Hit the subscribe button, subscribe to all, and then you can be assured of responses to any question. You can be assured of receiving notifications on any postings that we make. So here we go, and we wish to hear from colleagues. How should we go about this? 1 to 10 or 10 downwards to 1? All right, yes, we go from 10 downwards to 1. I knew that was coming. I knew someone would say we start from 10 and have the best main hustle of JKonomics theory come last, such that people can, hey, prepare for it. Okay, to our viewers outside there, subscribers, colleagues in the hustle, those that responded to the post and they say they want to see or they want to listen into the top 10 side hustles in 2025 in Uganda. Our number 10 is nothing other than what Patrick we are doing right now, and that is social media marketing for local businesses. Yeah, like we earlier mentioned, we want to look at why and what does it take to start it up, and a tip for starting it up. And one of those social media marketeers I know of is my sister from another mother, that is Saba. Saba, I know you are there watching out, and then I have to make a mention of you because you've done something for me in social media marketing. That's our number 10 from our simple survey as JKonomics. And so why this? We say many small businesses want that Facebook, that WhatsApp, that YouTube presence, but they do not have individuals who can do it for them. And so if you're out there and you have those skills, or you have these skills, why not? If the shoe fits, put it on. So social media marketing is there up for grab, and you can try it for small businesses, even for big businesses that wish to penetrate the market where you are a goddess or a god, in quotes. So what it needs, something we all have, that's a smartphone, cheap internet, and then free learning from YouTube on how you can go about it, and then you become a social media influencer. And our tip is that start with friends. Businesses and can build trust in you when they see you loved by people in your locality. And those people in your locality, they're the ones that are going to attract the attention of major companies to give you more and more businesses. So social media influencing or marketing is our number 10 side business for the employed poor. You can do it after work, you can do it over the weekends, you can do it in your office, or whenever you take leave. You can go record a number of, videos. You can record adverts. I mean, whatever you think you can use as a tool in your social media marketing or influencing for your local businesses around. Who can guess what number 9 is? Number 9? Oh yeah. Yes, number 9 is as simple as delivery and errand services. When you talk about delivery, what comes to your mind? I know some guys are there thinking delivering human beings. We know it's also delivery, but it's not what we are discussing today. Not this business of simujua board I direct them. Here we are looking at delivery of errands and services. Why this business? 1, busy professionals and shops need these delivery services. I want to share with colleagues, I've worked in Kampala for the past over 8 years, coming to 10 years, but I count on fingertips the many times I've had to move downtown to buy anything for myself. Even that time I was working in Wandegeya, I swear to God, I would just come, enter where I work from, go back home. I never moved downtown. Not because I don't know where to go, but the fact is I had phobia, and I still have phobia for downtown. Whenever I think about moving downtown, I think about my phone being grabbed. I think about my bag, me and my gadgets, we are inseparable. Everywhere. Of course, not in the toilet. I would love to go with my laptop. So I imagine, my laptop. And what do I end up to? Using delivery guys. I go to those online shops, Jumia, I go to Gigi, I go everywhere. Pick contact, get in touch with the supplier. After we've agreed, I tell them, get your delivery guy to find me here. I would rather cough that extra 6K than lose my gadget, my phone, because I'm going to Kuyiriba. A dress for a girl's birthday, a shirt. No. So these are services available that you can also think about. You can do this and they'll get you some extra income. The delivery of errands and services. What you need is usually like a simple bike or a boda. You can rent on a daily and you ensure that it makes the money that you pay for it. And then you offer affordable rates and you become a reliable guy. That's what matters. Trustworthiness and then reliability will make you a good delivery guy. Yeah, and some of these eventually grow into serious businesses. And I have one of my mentors in this business of tour and travel. Yes, Account Tours and Travel Company, CEO Moses, greetings. And you can reach out them to 0781 550112. Yes, that is Account Tours and Travel. You can start small as a delivery guy, and then when you made some little money, you get into, that custom, drone, whatever. And before we know, you are also like Account Tour and Travel Company. It's also something to think about when you have, that kaka that drops you to office. You had to buy it maybe for your access to office. And after dropping it to office, what next? Nothing. You can have a guy whom you trust, who can do Jumia deliveries, and you set him targets that you think they are worth investing in or worth risking your car into. Or else, you do it yourself over the weekends. You be a Jumia delivery person. And With entrepreneurship, what matters is you making an extra income, not, you spending an extra cost for something you can DIY. DIY to mean do it yourself. So our number 9 hustle is nothing other than farming. Farming. I'm proud to say farming is something you think about or you can think about, and I'm proud to have influenced some colleagues to get into the hustle of farming. So under farming, you can do it in a partnership. You can lease, you can get land, you pay for it per season. You can pay for an extended period if you have the money. What matters is you having some land you can work on, and it shouldn't cost you much. You shouldn't think about Kampala Metropolitan. Actually, even of late, Luwero is not so much a go-to place for us because people have really picked interest in it. You can move as far as Chiboga, Busunju, Mitiana, Mpiji, Kayunga, Kamuli, Buyende. These are places where land is still affordable for hire. So you can go there, and usually season goes for as low as 300 to 400,000 a season. Actually, that is for a year. For where I do some farming, I pay, I think, 300 per year, and the season goes for 200. So you can even save your car 3M, and you look at an extended period, and then you can start putting on seasonal crops. You get it? Because agriculture still remains as a backbone of our economy. So when you do seasonal crops that have short maturity, speak of beans, talk about vegs, talk about maize, among others, that can get you started. Oh, the weather is changing and it's seeming to want to rain. I need to wrap up this very fast. So agriculture still remains our backbone, and so thinking about agriculture as a side hustle is something we need to look out for, and that is our number 8 hustle. Number 7, here I have so many colleagues, so many that are in this, but I'll make a mention to my most favorite and my mentor at some point, somewhere, and that is electronics, accessories, gadgets, phone charging, phone accessories, small electronics, internet vending, among others. Guys, people are selling internet, and to make it sound funny, they get it as domestic internet, but because they cannot consume it all, because internet is getting cheaper every day. There are so many ISPs who are desperate for clients, and bandwidth is being given out cheaper than it used to be. Speak of MTN, speak of Airtel, speak of Savannah, Ntuga, name it. So you can get that internet in bulk. You pay maybe for 150 for unlimited a month, and then you start chopping it. You sell it on a daily, on a weekly, to individuals who want it within your locality, definitely, and you charge them as low as 1K per day, and they make you an extra living or an extra coin. I need to get in. It is getting to rain down here. So in this business, I want to make a shout out to Cyber for Hub. Oh, Hub for Cyber. I had said it the other way around. Hub for Cyber, which is located at Nambi Mall in Chiwatule, Kampala. And CEO Ausi, my birthday, can be reached out to 0766527182. So this is taking shape in rural and semi-urban areas, and once you have consistent supply of electricity, you can even have a backup for that, because it now becomes a business. You just need a charging station, you need cheap, internet access gadgets, routers, and those broadcasters. And then you can offer a service to individuals. You can sell accessories that range from phone covers, earphones, small gadgets, and you also do repairs. So running to our number 6 is sale of second-hand clothes, bell breaking, endibota, emivumba. And in here, I also have someone to shout out to. That is none other than my little girl, Doreen Nawire. She also brings you businesses under add-ons, curtains, and beddings. And you can reach out to her for that trend curtain, beddings, and you can reach out to her to 0701344621. I hope that's it. If it isn't, Doreen, you can comment with the correct number in the comment section, and then we can have colleagues here support the hustle. So Mivumba is popular in Uganda. I told you it's also a Muvumba, and I'm not regretting in this cold July weather, August weather. I'm enjoying the warmth it is providing. So startup ranges from as simple as 100,000, and you can get started with this business. So you buy selected or assorted clothes, name it, bed sheets, among others, and then you can assemble them and sell them at affordable rates, and then you sell to nearby neighborhoods, town. You go to, of course, centers, and the beauty in this is that they're not going to go bad. As you struggle to get clients, nothing is getting wasted. I've learned one trick in this business. They get that bell, that muvumba, that indibota, open it, they start classifying the fabrics. Very good ones, they make it the shop on hanger and blah blah blah, and they are made very well, washed, ironed, and we buy them expensively. This is what guys are doing. Those with sub-optimal quality, they are the ones that are vended on streets by boys and girls who walk here and there, and also the prices speak to the quality. So you can do this. I've seen so many of these turn into standard boutiques where guys go and they look out for these guys as their designers. So look out not to any other business other than Muvumba importing, and then you can make an extra income. You can get a boy sit in there, a girl sit in there, and you may not even just stick to one. You can have Muvumba, a boutique starting up. You have mobile phone charging in there. You can even put in a stall, a display for phone accessories. You get it? So we want to optimize. Remember, one of our principles of JKonomics is creativity and optimization of resources. We don't want to waste resources. We want to put resources to optimal utilization. So there is second-hand clothes, and our midpoint for side hustles. It's not by politics, but it is the survey. When I made analysis, I'm also an analyst. I'm a statistician by practice, and so whenever I make a simple survey, even if I have 50 people I talk to, I keep tallying their responses against, and even actually to show that I'm statistical, to even make a choice of this particular video, I ran a post on my channel and asked colleagues, what can we discuss next? And what won the poll is what we are discussing. So even here, number 5 is not because the presenter, because the no. JK has no influence in the tallies that came out, but our number 5 is poultry or egg resale. Yes. I always tell people, some of the signs I use to tell that a center is projected to grow is when I find there either a Shell or a Total petrol station then I say, this place must be growing, because I believe those guys use figures, they use models in their choice of, places where they set up businesses. So I also used some statistics when I was starting JKonomics and when I was starting the poultry business. So it is of no surprise that it is hitting number 5 as our side hustle, poultry, all egg resale. So why this? Eggs are on a high demand, and eggs are on increasing trend. They are being required. They are becoming a necessity. My network is seeming to get bad, but I have to push on. You'll forgive me if there are any glitches. It is network. We are in Uganda. At the end of the day, we need never to forget that. So eggs demand is never going to drop at any point. People were in bakery, people were in restaurants, people were in roadside business, food business, people who are in confectionery, they're all consuming eggs. And even people who are in mikolo, okwanjula, nembaga. Ab'emikolo bali kwenda amagi. People in functions need these. So, and they need also poultry birds and other poultry products. We don't need to sideline this, hustle. So we need to think about it. And what it needs, you just need to buy eggs in bulk, and then you resell at a better sale price. What I can assure you, because I'm also among the suppliers, or I'm among the producers of eggs, we usually give a discount of not less than 1,000 shillings per tray for those who buy in bulk. So you can buy in bulk and then you resell. In bulk, an egg can go for at most 350 to 400 shillings, Ugandan shillings. But when you're selling in bulk, or when you're reselling rather, you can sell at not less than 500 shillings per egg. And so you can sell a tray at a higher price, of course, than what you buy it at from us with poultry birds. So you can look at egg resale or poultry product selling as your side hustle, and you see people with pickups, and they have loaded eggs along roadsides. Yes, they do that. They don't have birds themselves, but they resell from they get from the actual farmers and resell, and they are making a living at the end of the day. So if you need to make business with me, I can be gotten at 0706-848464. That is JKonomics, JK Empire for poultry products. And that is our 5th side hustle. The 4th is liquid soap and detergent making. And yes, why? It's because we've had lessons from the past. COVID-19 was here, and we got to wake up that yes, we need to wash hands. When it came to schools, it now became a tradition. You can't take back your girl, your boy to school without detergents. Liquid soap, jig, among others, are on a demand. The demand is increasingly high. So you can think about it, and then yes, at 50 to 80 you can start. You just buy chemicals from downtown, you get supply for gel cans, and then you start in small quantities and sell out. I'm also proud to say that I'm proudly associated with this business. I have a company in the name of July Brothers, and as July Brothers, this is one of our flagship, our signature products. We sell sanitation or sanitary supplies to schools, to corporate companies, and yes, we make the soap ourselves and we resell it as July Brothers. So if you equally have a need for this, you can also reach out to us as July Brothers on 0706-848464. 64, and we can supply you with liquid soap. And that business was found to be number 4 in rating for side hustles that work in Uganda in 2025. Number 3 is urban backyard gardening. JKonomics is also doing this. Even where I am, you can see the background has nothing but a garden. So over this weekend, a bright Sunday, as I'm preparing for happiness after 6, United will be treating Arsenal the way it should be treated. I'm just here in my backyard, and it is business number 3. So there are so many businesses, there are so many ventures you can do in backyard gardening, ranging from horticulture, to serious growing of bananas, like you see, matoke, and then you can also maintain some plants like this papaya, pawpaws. You can have them and sell them off for a living. With JKonomics, economics that is for the poor, we believe in making money in any form, regardless, however small it is, as long as it is making money. So backyard gardening is very simple. You can deal in sukuma wiki, spinach, onions. You can even put in sacks. Tomatoes. My son taught me that. My teacher taught me tomatoes. He heard me say so. He said, no, daddy. It is tomato. So I also learned that. Tomatoes in sacks or small plots in your backyard. And some of them can even act as flowers, like I do at home here. In my forward, because this is backyard, in my forward or forward yard, I have sukuma wiki in the flower gardens. So I have sukuma wiki and nakati planted in. So whenever we need to eat, just go and pick. When there are too many, I give them to the birds, the poultry birds, as one of the ways of motivating yellow yolk. So that is backyard gardening for you. You can start with as low as 10k, actually not even 10k, 4k, a tin of seeds for nakati, sukuma wiki, goes for 4k. And then you can make that 4k in just one picking. You get a batch, 500 each, and then 20 of them, you've already recouped your 4k you bought the carton. And given that they are short term, they grow in weeks, usually you don't need to put on any additives, manure. Okay, you can put the local manure, organic, but buying urea, buying DAP for that, for vegs, no. Just keep watering it, and if it's in rain season like it's starting to be, you'll need to do it hassle free. And then at the end of the day, you can sell sukuma wiki. You can just, get into business in a joking way. So sell to neighbors, schools, restaurants, toninyiras, among others. And then you also consume them to keep a skin, to keep black hair like JK's. Eat greens from your backyard garden. And top 2 now. Our number 2, as we tend towards an end or coming to the end of this, I wish to remind everyone, if you've not yet subscribed, please feel free to subscribe. We keep chatting, we keep discussing. We need to see ourselves elevated out of this. With the poverty struggle, no one is a winner, no one is a loser. There's no business of let me get there alone. This business of you being the only one-eyed in the family, you have a problem and they have to wait for when you come back from Dubai for them to decide on when to bury someone. No. Share the tips with your family, with your colleagues, your friends. When we win, we lose nothing. Literally, a candle loses nothing, lighting another candle. So be that candle to light another candle. I equally don't have much, but I've seen a lot in the few years I've lived. So out of the lot I've seen, I pick a few topics and I share with us to keep life moving on. So our second or number 2 side hustle is street food. Our food, my food, your food. At one point, we all consume street food, like it or not. Just this morning, we woke up and we had some casuals at doing some work here at home. And definitely our usual breakfast would not be enough. We sent a boy to buy cassava chips worth 4K. And it was a whole lot. People had to eat and even leave some because we even prepared porridge. So that is street food vending for you. So things like Rolex, that is chapati and eggs, chikomando. Last week I was with Florence. We were shocked. Someone made a Rolex, put in chips, potato chips, tomato, and the thing was as big as this. Someone made it for his supper. So I mean, people are becoming more and more creative and innovative with street food, and it can make a living for you. And whatever we are discussing, you're not going to do it by yourself alone. You can always get boys and girls do it for you, and your work is to count monies. So it can keep daily cash flow for you. Low startup from as low as 30K. That is cassava chips. Even 30K is too much, because omulengo gwa muogo goes for ranging from 2K to 3K. Cooking oil, half a liter goes for at most 6K, but 5K is enough. Then you get a metallic basin or a saucepan, but the other would be better, or kalai. Those ones which have a depression in the middle that cannot easily burn. I don't want to use the word frying pan, because when I say frying pan, people will think the other modern ones which are expensive. So from as low as 50K, we can start a street food business, and then someone can keep doing it for you, and then you can count the monies. So you focus on taste and cleanliness to keep your clients, to sustain or to retain your clients. I'm one good consumer of street food. I know medically it is not encouraged, but entrepreneur-wise, you get it? In the thinking of an entrepreneur, why wouldn't you? People need this food. And so that is up for us to discuss as a venture. And in here, I want to send big ups to my brother, Sewandigi Musa, CEO, proprietor, owner, director, Musaland, the flagship takeaway food point in Kayunga town along Kampala Road. You know, every town has a Kampala Road of some sort. So my brother from another mother, Musaland, we send you regards. Yeah, he equally started small, and like I said from the word go with JKonomics, we don't mind your background, we mind the money you make out of the venture. He's a teacher by profession, Musa, but he has zeal. His vocation is food, and so he started Musaland, and he's not bothered whether government has revised teachers' salary or not. He's making money from food, and he doesn't regret, I'm sure. When I find time, once we shall have some time and record some inspirational video for our brothers and sisters out there. And as we come to the end of today's discussion, I want to equally introduce us or share with us our top side hustle of the year 2025. We started from as far as you can remember. We started from Ndibota, we looked at electronics, we looked at name it, and now here we are at nothing other than mobile money. Of course, I know many of you thought about it, but you didn't think about it in the aspect of side hustle. Trust me, if you can make a survey, in 20, if not 100 mobile money stalls, you'll find two, if not one, being operated by the owner. The only one I know that is being operated by the owner is in Kayunga by Mama Farouk. The rest, most of the mobile money stalls, the owners are elsewhere, but these are making money for them. So the mobile money business has grown big, that even it attracted central bank regulation. They now subscribe to Bank of Uganda, not only just to UCC, because by then they were telecommunication companies. Even this traditional banking system felt the need to venture into mobile banking, and they got into agents banking, and these are moving hand in hand. You find a mobile money stall with also agents banking, and people are making money. So you can start from as low as 100,000 to infinity, and when the business is seeming to be lucrative to you, you can have footsteps in every urban center, as long as you're sure there's some level of security. Your business is not a target for thugs and other, opportunists who want to just rather benefit from others' sweat. So that is mobile money for us as our top side hustle of the year 2025, rated by JKonomics. And if you have similar minds like we do, we encourage you to start it up. It starts from as low as 100, like I said. You just need, and it works best with non-smartphones, for they can maintain battery for some extended hours. But there are also power banks, there are mobile power stations you can move with to keep your business vibrant. And you just need to operate in nearby tax parks, roadsides, business centers, schools, shopping malls, among others. People want these services at their disposal. You get it? For those that are in the other economy, they even have them in estates. But for us, we have them in ghettos. And so, we are making a living through mobile money. So, that said, I wish to thank everyone who has literally spent an hour with us on this live. We wish to apologize for the glitches. Internet, once it threatened to rain so much, the internet signal kinda got distorted, but we thank God we've been able to push on. I appreciate all feedback, reviews, everything you can share with me is welcome. What I believe in is that the poor also have some sort of economics they operate or they run. There is that economy. I learned that there's also a night economy, and there's day economy. Now for us, we're having the poor economy, the poor man's economy, which is JKonomics. Whether it's at night, during the day, as long as you're using the resources you have at your disposal to make an extra or a side income to us, well and good. Thank you so much. We thank God that we are all still alive and we are continuing to subscribe. The channel is growing big. We appreciate. We don't take that for granted. Whoever hasn't subscribed, please think about it. We love your comment on top of the subscription. We wish to improve every day that pass. We want to be better. So when you subscribe, we shall eventually become a better channel that is not only here to transform, but also to educate. And at the end of the day, if the money comes, who doesn't want it? We shall enjoy it. Big ups to everyone who is doing a good job in sharing with others about this concept. Whoever puts in practice, you make us relevant. Whoever is thinking about it, a bad idea in practice is better than that best idea you dream about. Try it out, it will fail, and at least you'll learn, but you will not remain the same. I keep telling people, where I failed, I got to learn that now I can share some good practices. Where I've successfully moved on or succeeded, well and good. I thank God for that. For God and my country, I wish to end here and wish you well as we subscribe, comment, and share our ideas with others. We remain JKonomics, economics of the poor. We have eggs starting this September. We're having eggs. Eggs are here for us to eat. You buy the eggs, and then we shall also make a living and be Ugandans who shall live to tell that Uganda is the pearl of Africa. Until then, bye-bye.